let's jump into another question. This one comes from Andrew T, 28 years old, from Denver, Colorado. Andrew says, I currently work as an IT support specialist at a large company. It was never my dream career, just a safety net that I ended up in. My real dream was to be a veterinarian, but I never pursued it. Is it still possible to pursue that career even though I'm 28 years old? Absolutely. Look, don't say even though I'm 28. 28 is young. You could say I'm only 28, right? Or whatever age you are. I'm only 35. I mean, I'm 42, and I would say I'm only 42. We have a lot of life left, right? You even more because you're 28 years old. But that is very young, and you have a lot of time left. The key is you got to map out what it's going to look like to actually get there. Now, I've interviewed multiple veterinarians in my podcast. One who's your classic veterinarian, and then one who actually is the head of veterinary medicine at the Shed Aquarium here in Chicago. And one thing I know from talking to them is that it is a longer track to obtain the title of veterinarian. So you're going to have to decide, one, is it truly the dream that you want, right? You said you've dreamt about it for a long time, but now it's going to take some sacrifice. So you have to decide, are you willing to do that? And it sounds like you are, so just make sure you explore that. Secondly, you want to build yourself a bridge plan of how you're actually going to accomplish it. Just off the top of my head, knowing a little bit about the veterinary world, you're going to have some prerequisites, right? So if you don't have those today from your time in college, you're going to have to go get those. So let's assume that that's going to take you 1 to 2 years. In year 3, you start applying to veterinarian school. And then year 4, you're actually in veterinarian school. And that'll take you 3 to 4 years. So you're talking about by, let's say you're 28 now, age 35, you can become a veterinarian. Now, I know, right, 7 years sounds like a lifetime, but think of it this way. We typically work until we're 60, 65, even longer, right? If we love what we do, we don't really want to give it up. But let's say worst case scenario, you work till 65. If you are 28 now, that's still a pretty good amount of time. So why not do something that you truly love? 7 years might sound like a lot, but guess what? You are going to be 35 someday. So you might as well be 35 and living out your dream, as opposed to 35 and still doing something that you have no passion for and no excitement for. So you can absolutely do it. I would start by reaching out to veterinarians and start asking them about their career track. Like I said, I've interviewed a few on my podcast. You can check that out on Spotify, Apple, wherever podcasts are found. There's 2 episodes in there. And the other thing I would do is start reaching out to veterinary schools. Start asking them what are the requirements, and then start building a plan of how you're going to obtain those requirements, right? Whether it's prerequisites, or you're going to have to do some clinical work to get some experience, whatever that is, just build yourself a plan. But you can absolutely do this, right? You're 28 years old, and no matter what age you are, it's never too late to go after your dreams. So it's absolutely possible, and you should do it.